Hey everybody, welcome back to the Microsoft 365 Copilot Connection. My name is Nick Harris and I am a Senior Copilot Cloud Solution Architect with Microsoft. Today I want to navigate you through a use case that I find tons of value with Copilot. And specifically, it's about using Copilot as my own mental filter. We all inherently have mental filters built in. And those mental filters assist us with aligning language based on the people that we're talking to. Think about it this way: when you're talking to your friends, your family, your peers, your boss, executive leadership, whomever you may have an established relationship with, or maybe even someone new, you are automatically aligning your language in very particular ways based on that experience and based on that relationship. And so, because you are constantly modifying and changing, you have to adapt and overcome any specific structured scenarios or any scenarios that you might have to be a little bit more cautious in and really think about the type of language that you use. And this is one of the reasons why I really truly love using Copilot. I can be my true, authentic self. I can truly describe situations and scenarios to Copilot and be me. Now, for this one, I'm going to enable the built-in microphone capability that's on the Windows device. That's enabled with the Windows key plus H letter key on your keyboard to turn on the built-in operating system microphone. So I can directly talk and speak to Copilot and perform speech to text. This also is available on Mac OS devices in your system tools. Hey, Copilot. I was in a meeting earlier today with my colleague and one of our clients, and we were having some discussions around new feature update with Microsoft 365 Copilot. Period. My colleague was explaining some of the new technical updates we were releasing in the new Word application experience and noted some incorrect information that didn't align to what the update actually entailed. Period. I made sure to stop my colleague right away and corrected the information to ensure that the client has the necessary details established for foundational knowledge. Period. I then made sure to move the conversation along to ensure that we continue to establish a really well thought out client relationship. Period. Sometimes I really don't think my colleague understands how to navigate these scenarios. As this isn't the first time this has occurred, I feel like my colleague has rocks in their brain. It's just like they don't get it. Period. Now, just to stop really quickly, of course, you would normally never say something like rocks in your brain, but I want to show how Copilot can realign this language. So let's go ahead and generate an email as well and some recommendations on how to create a better relationship with our colleague. Based on this contextual detail, I want you to provide me two sections of information. Period. In the first section, I want you to generate an email to my leadership explaining the scenario with engaging, empathetic, and impactful language to understand how to navigate through this situation and request that they provide feedback on how I can create a better relationship with my colleague. Period. In a second section, I want you to provide me direct recommendations on how to maintain a positive working relationship with my colleague and approach this scenario in a better fashion in the future. So let's go ahead and submit our prompt and let's see what Copilot gives us. So just for reference, here's the specific prompt with all that contextual detail spoken with natural language for your reference if you want to try this out yourself. Let's go ahead and review the response. We see in the first section we have an email directly to our leadership. And always remember, any type of content output you plan to use directly from Copilot should be considered a first draft. So make sure you review, evaluate, and make your manual changes as you require to make it sound like you, as well as ensure that the information is accurate to the situation at hand. Looking through this email, we can see that Copilot directly aligned what happened in the meeting with our client, talking about certain app experiences, how I promptly corrected the inaccuracies to ensure the client had the correct foundational knowledge, and then steer the conversation forward to maintain a positive and productive dialogue. It also does note in a separate paragraph that this is not the first time I have faced such a situation with this colleague, and I am overall concerned about the potential impact of our client relationship and overall team dynamics. So you can see how the language has been realigned. I'm able to really be my true authentic self and just verbalize my thoughts and have Copilot be that mental filter. Have it modify my language and change my approach to how I really truly want to communicate this. So I can be honest, but then have Copilot align the data so it's not going to create any rifts in my relationships, and have it provide me something tangible for me to send to my leadership. We also can see the direct recommendations for maintaining a positive working relationship. So there may be some back-end conversations that I want to have. I can again continue to converse with Copilot to get more like examples or pointers, tips, and tricks aligned to these core areas like providing open communication or constructive feedback to ensure that the language I use in that type of back-end conversation with my colleague is accurate and won't create any additional negative scenarios. So, just some helpful tips, tricks, and hints in order to leverage Copilot with any type of interpersonal scenario or issue that you may encounter, or leveraging it to be your mental filter. So, some cool stuff there. So that's all from me for today, everyone. Thank you all so much for your time. Very much appreciated. Like, share, and subscribe as always. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.